Hello, everyone, and welcome to Rented Space. My name is Lindsay, and thank you for joining me this afternoon. If you are new, I appreciate you coming and joining us today. And if this is you coming back, then thank you for coming back. I do appreciate you spending time with me. I know we're all busy. I know we have lots going on, so having you join me while I do things around the garden or in the kitchen or in this time planting some seeds, I very much appreciate it. So today what I'm going to be doing is planting some bonsai seed kits that I bought. I bought them from Mr. Fothergill's. Um, I've actually got 3, but I've only got the boxes for 2. So I got Apple Blossom was one. I got a Pine was the second, and the third one is actually a red maple. Okay, so I got them. I watched a video on Bushhead homesteading on bonsai, and I've actually wanted to do it for years. So I saw them, and it was funny. I think I was on buying seeds for something else, and these kits come up on sale, and I went, oh, I think that's a sign. So I bought them. At the time, I had a lot going on, just lots of things going on I had a lot going on in the house, in the garden, in life. Work was busy. I was doing a lot of overtime, so I never got to them because I was kind of like, oh, I'm not going to have the time to dedicate to looking after them, so I didn't. Now, in each kit does come, so it comes like this. It comes with a seed packet. It comes with 3 of these little pots. Okay, so obviously they're recycled cardboard. And they also come with, and I'm going to show you, the little pucks of core. Now, I have already put them all in a bucket with water, and I have allowed that to sit for a while now so that it can soak up and become, anyway, so the soil it's enough that when I squeeze it, it forms into a ball, but then can be easily dismantled. Some of it is a little bit wetter than others, but it is a warm day today, so I figure by the time I get to the end, there may still be some dry patches, and that should soak up the excess water. But yes, so I was planning on staying clean, but I don't do that very well, do I? Anywho, so what I'm going to do is first fill up the pots. So I'm going to just change the position of the camera. So basically I'm going to fill up the pots. Now I'm not actually sure of exactly how many seeds are in each packet, but I will make sure that I have enough soil and that for each pot, and then I can go from there. So I'm trying to make sure that they're sort of full enough that they're okay, but they're not too full that I won't have enough for all 9 pots.
This is actually where I realised that it's not 9 pots, it's 12 pots. So you see me counting them going, and then the realisation hits, oh, there's 12. So I'm also looking at what's left in the tub and thinking I'm going to have to reduce the amount that I put in each tub, because I'm clearly not going to have enough in the tub, in the bucket, to fill each of those tubs right to the brim. And so I start getting a little bit I start underfilling them so that I can see how much I'll be left with at the end. Okay, so this is me getting to the very end of the bucket, and I'm just putting what's left into the two that I kind of had filled the least amount. And I'm now going to fit them into rows of 4, 3 rows of 4, so that I can put the seeds in. I'm not exactly sure why, but my microphone has decided to stop working. So, excuse the voiceover, but at least this way you all know what's going on. So I'm just evening out the soil in each of the 12 pots to ensure that none are fuller than others, or that some of them aren't underfilled. And once I've got that sorted, then I start to put the seeds in. I do obviously write labels for the pots, which you will see in a minute. Here I am just recounting the pots, making sure I have the 3 rows of 4 and working out which seeds I'm going to put into which row. Just so that when I do my labels, I know who's who and what's what. And I'm just trying to think if it matters which way. My brain's always second guessing myself. So here I am just writing the labels. Like I've mentioned previously, at work we use the wooden spoons and cutlery. So if I make a cup of tea or if I have something to eat, I will wash them when I'm finished and I bring them home. I use them as either tags in my plants, as long as they're clean, and the others go straight into my compost. We don't really have anything at work where it's recycling or composting, so I don't like to just throw these one-use items away, so I like to bring them home and reuse them. Okay, so I'm starting to open my first packet of seeds, and I put them on my hand and I count them out. I just want to make sure that I have all the seeds and I don't leave any in the packet, which originally I did. So in the first, at the moment I can't remember exactly which order, but I think it was maple, pine, and then the apple blossom. No, it was apple blossom at the top, closest to the bottom of the camera, pine in the middle, and it was the maple at the bottom. And with the apple blossom, I had 9 seeds so I did 2 in the first 3 and then 3 in the last one. For the pine, I had 10, so I did 2 lots of 2 seeds and 2 lots of 3 seeds. And then when it got down to the maple, I had enough seeds to put 3 in each, so I had 12 seeds there. Now, each of these seeds are very, very little. They're all between 1 and 2 millimeters. So I basically just picked up a little bit of soil and then sprinkled it over the top and patted it down. I have pre-watered the soil, which I actually do for all seeds. This obviously being the little pucks of core that you have to bring back to life. But I always have pre-dampened my soil so that when my seeds go in, especially when they're this little, that I'm not then having to water over the top and losing them or digging them back up. Okay, so here I'm just telling you that that's the apple blossom. The next one is the pine. and the bottom one is the maple, and I also was telling you how many seeds I've put in each one. I'm about to show you after I repat down, I'm going to show you how I pour the water in to fill these up from now on. I sort of put the water in between the pots so that I'm not up-earthing, and then there's always water in that seed tray to ensure that the seeds are always moist. If they dry out, they won't germinate. This is my little misting indoor water or seed waterer, and I'm just giving a final mist over the top. Like I said, you do need to keep the seeds damp the entire time that they are germinating, because if seeds dry out, which little ones can very quickly, they will not germinate, and you will end up having less plants germinate due to the drying out. Thank you very much for joining me this afternoon in my short video planting some bonsai seeds after work, and I appreciate you coming, and I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. See you next time. Bye. So thank you very much for joining me today for this short video after work. I appreciate you watching, and I hope that you follow along and watch me with my journey on bonsai. Bye.